Good morning, everyone. So, I have a bit of an announcement to make. And this announcement I think you're going to find very happy news. We posted the weekend reading. That was Friday. And through last night, as of the last I usually just kind of check it to see which platform's doing the best here. And then I just kind of did a count across all the platforms. Last weekend's went 73 views, with BitChute taking the lead. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why that happened, but it did, and I have you to thank for it. I only ask that if you're watching these videos, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like buttons. Wherever you're watching, of course, and possibly share them with a friend. Contrary to what I said during that video, I did do a reading last night. It was one of those spur of the moment kind of things. I was off work, didn't really have anything else to do, so I decided, sure, I'll go ahead and knock one out. No big deal. Proved to be pretty intense. So if you would like one of your own, you can do one of a couple of different things. Number one, you can bring a friend. That friend says that you sent them, and I will give both of you a personal reading. You can throw me something off the Amazon wish list, and that can work one of two ways. It either gets you 2 questions to be asked at any time and a birthday reading, or you can gift a reading to a friend that way. I would say keep it under 35. I'm trying to kind of undercut most of the brick and mortars, so I don't want to break your bank with it. And if that's not something you want to do, that's fine. Just be sure to keep hanging with us. Of course, these are just general readings, and you can take them or leave them as you wish. Kind of an interesting week. It really has been. Especially for me, especially at work, it's been kind of wild. Anyway, let's get down to it today. So, I'm going to do just like I did with the last reading. We're just going to kind of lay them out. So we've got our guide here. You know what? I did something last night, and I really want to try it out today. Let's see if this works. How about a significator? So this card will symbolize you. Of course, another thing I didn't want to repeat was the ring light. Obviously, if you saw it was like right down here in the corner. I saw it when I was uploading, and I was like, too late to go fix that. We're also going to have our spirit animal for the day, just seeing what in nature we can emulate and how that will affect us. Then we've got our tarot card for mind, body, and spirit. Of course, everybody knows Viking Oracle. I use it pretty much exclusively with every reading. Everyone knows Spirit Animal by Colette Baron Reed. And for the tarot today, I am using the Uncommon Tarot because it's one of my favorites. I love it. We've also got the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I'm currently reading her. I actually started over. I'm reading her book from the beginning. Actually, I'm listening to it. And let me tell you something. This book is one that if I purchase a book in multiple formats, you know I've got to love it. So that's one I do love and I do recommend. So we have here we go. Mind, body, spirit again. But Rebecca Campbell's book, Letters to a Starseed and Light is the New Black, are two that I highly recommend you read. Those deal with you personally, and the concepts that she talks about are very universal. And I think you'll find them very interesting. Finally, got the runes from the Viking Oracle. Speaking of runes, you'll have noticed a link to the Rune Workshop on Etsy. That is my friend Witcharoo's shop, and she is selling her Runes of the Gods Oracle cards, which are all just runes. I purchased them because I thought they looked very, very beautiful. They have a very simple style, and I kind of like that, to be honest with you. So we're just waiting on those to come in. Those are going to be here later in the month, hopefully. And I've had some things from Etsy take a little bit to come in, so we're going to patiently await that. Okay? So, grabbing my tea here. I hope you're having yours, your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you're drinking, because honestly, I kind of like doing that with you. You know, let's start with the significator today. So, who are you today? Well, you're going to be somebody's sunstone. You're going to be the one that helps find true north today. That's a pretty big honor, and one that I think we would all do well to graciously accept. But who is our guide? Well, weird. Odd, because that card came up last night. Now, the Well of Weird literally lets us know that magic is a very real force in the universe. Okay, there are things we cannot explain. Let me give you a hint. Or let me give you an example, rather. For example, think of that one song that when it comes on the radio, you're activated. You're motivated, you're inspired, you sing it. It doesn't matter, like, if you're alone in the car, you're wailing that song out. Doesn't matter what the song is, doesn't matter what the genre is. Now, how do you prove that that moves you? How do we prove that music inspires us? Because what sounds awesome to you, what does that for you, may be like nails on a chalkboard to me. Do you get what I'm saying? We do kind of have those shared experiences that we can't readily prove other than we just share those experiences. But you are a force also in your own life. And that's important to remember. Because today it looks to me like you're leading by example, leading into that spirit animal, which is grasshopper. Do you hear the grasshopper at your feet? Kwai-Chang Kane? So it does tell you to take a leap of faith. Sometimes you have to kind of do something before it makes sense. So this is really about following your intuition. Your intuition is probably going to be guiding someone else at the same time. In fact, I don't even want to use the word probably. I'm going to use the word definitely. You're definitely leading by example today. You may seem a little crazy at first, but it's going to make sense a little later down the road. So for our mind, we do have a King of Cups. This one has been popping up a lot lately. This is that fatherly figure, that mature figure, very emotionally stable. And that's a good thing to have. So it's important not to go flying off the handle. We also have the Empress, another nurturing figure. And then on top of that, we have a Three of Cups in the spirit, where we're celebrating something. So far for a Monday, this is looking like a really, really great reading. And it looks to me like so far we're really in our truth. We're really, we're awakening today. Some of us are kind of dragging our heels, let's face it. It's Monday, guys. But for me, it's like the third day of my work week, so I'm already kind of over the, that kind of thing. I'm kind of over it right now. Kind of actually looking forward to getting my day over with, you know what I mean? Anyway, so we do have that emotional stability, but we also have that, we do have like two parenting figures here. And it's important to kind of embody that. What this means to me is your outcome is looking really nice over here in that Three of Cups. But when you take these two energies and put them together and balance them really well. Where, let's say if you're for example, if you're taking someone under your wing, it's important to, yes, allow them to make some mistakes, because that's how they're going to learn, but coach them through them. If you can coach them through the mistake before they make it, or help them learn from your own, you have reason to celebrate, because you've actually made someone a little wiser. See what I mean? If you're coaching someone through an awakening right now, I can definitely see that. It's very important to be patient with them, because right now, there are some people, they're waking up every day. Some people come in activated, some have to wake up, and the awakenings last forever. They constantly go. The first ones can be traumatic, especially if you don't have any kind of guidance. Today, you are that guide, even if you've only just kind of started yourself, because it's in teaching that we also learn at the same time. See what I'm saying? Okay, let's get into the oracle here, the Starseed oracle. We've got Earth pulsing. Now this is all about timing. Really take it slow. And one of the phrases in this one where it says pulse of the mother, pointing at that Empress card, but also pointing at this King of Cups. We're kind of getting both here. It says slow down and time in nature. I take this to mean two things. Number one, yes, spending some time out in nature itself. Now that could be on a hiking path, or go off path a little bit, spend a little time in the woods, turn off the devices, unplug a little while. You're going to find yourself like seriously refreshed. But it can also mean take natural time. Time can pass pretty slowly, let's face it, especially if we're at work, and some of us are going to be today. But if you're not at work, today is a great day to take time in nature. If you're at work, today is about taking that natural time, okay? Slow down a little bit. Make sure you're kind of being here in that moment now, living consciously, not just going through the motions. Okay, so we also have Earth School right here. We're all going through it. This is not a pass or fail test. I'm sorry to break it to some of you. If you've got time today, do a little reflection. Study your past. If you've got time to crack open a book and study something that really aids you in your forward movement, do it. Today's a great day for that. But today is all about that soul growth, because soul growth takes place with some higher learning. That's learning, not indoctrination. You will understand the difference. I know you. I can see you. Finally, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Isn't it interesting? Because we're going from Earth pulsing, slow down, into this Earth school, but now we're in this Lost Lands, where it says, you've seen this, you've done this before, you know exactly what to do. It's right there, it's innate in your being. It's probably going to take a little time for meditation, it's probably going to take a little memory. So it is time to kind of roll back to something previous before. Basically what I'm getting from this is, never forget who you are. Kind of developed a bit of a spiritual amnesia lately, haven't we? Okay, so for the runes, we do have Isa. Isa slows things down. It is ice. For some of us, like myself living here in the Northeast, when it snows, and that snow is a foot or more, yeah, we're trudging, aren't we? Not like a day like today where everything's clear so we can just walk. We have to be a little more careful, don't we? Next we have Kanaz, which is the torch or beacon. Again, pointing at that sunstone. Again, pointing at the Empress and King of Cups there. Pointing at that Wheel of Weird, pointing at that Grasshopper. It's pointing at a lot of cards. In fact, it's probably pointing at just about every card above it. You have to be that light. You have to light that way for someone else today. And then finally, Barcano. This is the reason we're told to kind of slow it down a little bit, kind of reflect a bit, kind of be that example. That way we can also undergo our own healing. So, very simply put today, lead by example. Kind of try to do some things before they make any sense to you. So trust your intuition, trust that little bitty feeling in the back of your head that says, hey, do this real quick. You know, step off this for just a moment, go do this, and then come back to it. Trust it, it's working. You are going to have to kind of go back a little bit. Remember some things you've done, some things you've made mistakes on, and then teach those. And in teaching, you will learn. And those mistakes, the little wounds that they created, are something that's going to ultimately contribute to your own healing. And that's really all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly enjoy our chats. And if you have anything to add, please feel free to comment below. Share it with friends. Subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube. If there's any other things you can do on any of the other platforms such as Clouthub, BitChute, not Parler. I'm not posting to Parler. I got rid of my Parler. It just wasn't going anywhere. BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, Clouthub, YouTube. Hey, subscribe to them all. If I get ghosted from one, at least you'll have 4 more, right? It turns out High Five and Media is going to be more of a radio thing. So if you would like to hear, I don't know, maybe a once a week live radio thing, let me know. Try to get set up. We'll see what we can do. Right? Alright, anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to get this thing in the can. That way I can get on with my day. Alright. As always, I love you. Be good to yourselves and each other. And as always, be that beacon for someone else. And shine on.